Hi Aquarius. Hi Aquarius Rising. My name is Kate. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Baby Doll Magic Tarot. I'm going to be using the tarot cards today to look at some guidance and channel information for Aquarius and Aquarius Rising. So if you know your rising sign, check the video for that out too. I also use astrology in these videos, and the astrology tends to be more applicable to the rising sign position. Either way, Aquarius, stick around. I'm going to shuffle these. I'm going to look at your recent past, immediate future, and also the current energies coming up around you so that we can best navigate the future, Aquarius. Okay, stick with me and I will shuffle these just for a couple more moments. The Four of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Pentacles. So Aquarius, something's been weighing on you for a while. It feels like you are ready to be reborn again in a way. Something is telling me that you are bottom of the deck weighing something up in a really big way. You're making a decision. In a way, you feel though like some part of your life is out of balance, Aquarius. It's because you're not fully, or haven't been, I'm seeing as a past energy, this Four of Cups, perhaps not being interested in what it was that you were doing. You're very interested in something, Aquarius. You're usually interested in maybe refining your own skills and creating a reality of yours that somehow seems like it's still a dream. But it can happen, Aquarius. Four of Cups in the past position is kind of just telling me that you've been sort of done with something for a while. There's some sort of a staleness there. There's some sort of a lingering kind of over it, or just apathy towards what it is that you were doing, and you just haven't been really feeling it. There's something that you really are excited about, but it's not what you've been doing. The Ten of Wands coming up for the card for November, potentially overwhelmed, potentially feeling like this is sort of getting on top of you now. I see the Seven of Cups as a card for being kind of overwhelmed by our choices, overwhelmed by our circumstances with these Ten of Wands, overwhelmed by all of our tasks that we have to do, everything we have to get done. We have a lot of options coming up for us outside of November, end of November coming into December, even for the month of December, options, but we're still not sure which one to choose because we don't want to make the same mistake twice and get committed into something that we didn't really have full interest in, because I see something like you're weighing up, like, did I make the right choice committing to this? Did I make the right choice even doing this in the first place? It's just not really in alignment for me. Some way in your life you feel like there's something out of balance. For some of you it might be a disharmony or a balance just been thrown off center between your personal happiness and emotional fulfillment versus the amount of workload you're taking on and the amount of stress you're putting yourself under, or somebody else is putting you under this stress and pressure. Let's look deeper into these cards, but there's some sense of overwhelm for Aquarius that I'm seeing right now. It's like you desperately want to take a chance on something. You want to take a risk on something, Aquarius. You're just weighing things up very much because potentially you just don't want to make the same mistake twice. And be committed to something again when you're afraid, or you sort of have these doubts, something you don't want anymore anyways, Aquarius, and that's maybe what you're weighing up, whatever it is you just don't really feel like anymore. It looks like the Ten of Wands, it's been something that's starting to grow to be a burden on you, actually. And that's what I'm seeing with these, but I'd love to look a little bit deeper into these cards. Now let's look at this Four of Cups. So something that's potentially might be past its sell-by date. You're still figuring that out, I think, Aquarius. There's a decision coming up for you in November, I think. Should I stick with what I'm doing? Should I move on? Should I try something else? Five of Pentacles in reverse. This potentially was a situation that left you very much feeling kind of you know, alienated from the people that were around you. However, when this card reverses, there's sort of a nice blessing with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you might have been feeling kind of lonely, or the disharmony in your life and what's been out of balance could have been a disagreement, you feeling like you don't belong around the people you're with. This could be work. This could be just a team or a network you're part of. Aquarius rising, we've had a Mars retrograde in your 11th house of, oh no, that's not right, is it? Aquarius rising, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, your 3rd house of kind of community, like what you're a part of. So we've had this retrograde happening in the sign of Aries. For Aquarius rising, that's going to be 3rd house, community, neighborhood. So a collection of people I'm seeing, and then at the bottom of the deck, there's 3 of Pentacles. Perhaps this all came from a disharmony with a group of people, conflicting ideas. Could be work, it could be family, it could be just people you live around, neighbors, it could be a dispute like that, brothers, sisters, sibling relationships. And this has kind of taught you that, you know, there's a lesson to this Five of Pentacles in reverse. And it's kind of like, yeah, I didn't fit in with those people and I'm not feeling like I'm connected to these people. But in a way, it's kind of like spurring you on to sort of venture out on your own a little bit. There is something that I think, Aquarius, that you're really keen on doing on your own. This Mars retrograde, it slows down. So Mars is the planet of conflict and aggression. I do see that coming up for some of you with people you're around, networks, groups of people that you're a part of, collaborations and teams. When that slows down, we in turn get a chance to reflect. Mars is also the planet of action. So we get to reflect on how we've been taking action. Have we been wasting a lot of time and energy? Yeah, into something that hasn't been working out. We've been depleted of energy because it's not in alignment for us. The Five of Pentacles speaks of energy and depletion of it, and that's what I'm seeing in a big way. I think there's a group of people around you that is taking it out of you, Aquarius. When Mars stations direct on 13th of November, so coming up soon, we're going to have energy again to sort of push forward with what's important, what we actually care about, and we hopefully will have kind of received some clarity during the time of reflection of, I don't need to put my effort in there anymore. Waste of time is coming up for me with these cards. Waste of time, and you not wanting to commit to something again because you just don't have that kind of mojo for it. You've lost your mojo for something potentially. You've just lost the spark around that, if it was even there in the first place. It doesn't look like you're too happy with it anymore. It looks like you've been weighing that up for quite some time, I'm seeing. Let's look at this 10 of Wands. That's the card for November. Potentially you feeling now overwhelmed by your choices and overwhelmed by the decisions you've made and the people that you have been surrounding yourself with. This could be coming from them. This could be coming from too much pressure being put on you. But there's options ahead. So let's look at this. How are we going to navigate this 10 of Wands? Because this can be an uncomfortable energy, actually. It can feel like it's a Saturn ruled card, so it can feel a little bit oppressive and heavy. The Hanged Man in reverse. So Aquarius, there's somebody around you that's being very selfish. I don't know if it's you, Aquarius, but I don't think it is, because you're feeling so overwhelmed by their selfishness and they're failing to see your side of the story on anything. You've been doing all this kind of growth and giving yourself a second chance at life to really go for what you want, and somebody's sort of holding you back, or something is holding you back. They're just really not supporting you. They don't see where you're coming from at all. The Hanged Man in reverse. Now, when we have the Hanged Man upright, it kind of talks to me about like gaining a new perspective and being open-minded and growing in a new perspective. But when it reverses, it does talk to me about some sort of closed-mindedness, selfishness, not learning. You potentially, Aquarius, if this isn't somebody else being selfish, this could be as simple as you're not wanting to make the same mistake twice. You're very conscious of doing something's left you very depleted. I think it was a group of people, to be honest, or some friends or community or something you've noticed, something you've witnessed at work in a group dynamic. You're not happy with it, and this could be really just like you're feeling like they don't get where I'm coming from. They won't even see my perspective at all, and it's so overwhelming to have the same argument again and again when they're just not getting me. I feel like there's something here, Aquarius, that's telling me that you're not on the same page as somebody anymore. Could be living situation. It could be the home situation, and that's tough because you're around these people all the time, but you're just not on the same boat as them. We're feeling overwhelmed, but coming out of this month, we have options with the 7 of Cups. Now, have we made a decision yet? Let's see. Let's see, Aquarius, what's coming up around this 7 of Cups. The Daughter of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there is a little bit of a disharmony. Now, this could be with younger siblings, could be with children if you have them, could be with a partner of yours, somebody you love very much, but they have not been able to get on board with you. You're now weighing up your options. Am I happy with this relationship, if it's a partnership like that, a romantic partnership? Or you're thinking, if it's people that I love, if it's people that look up to me even, and you know, for some of you it may be a mother and child relationship, the Empress and the Daughter of Cups. Some of you are potentially, if I'm speaking to a parent out there who is feeling a kind of disharmony or lack of connection with their child at the moment. It is potentially true that they are feeling overwhelmed and under your control too much. And that's why there is so much confusion around this relationship right now. That might not be speaking to everybody, but with this Empress here coming up, this is kind of a calling to receive and grow. Another 3 here, and the Empress really is 3 as well. 3s in tarot and in numerology, it's all about expansion and growth, making something bigger. For some of you, Aquarius, you want to make something bigger. In fact, you want to perfect your skills. You want to transmute that into reality. You have a dream in your mind and you have what it takes, but there's the people around you just aren't on board with it. So much so, Aquarius, for some of you, you might be starting to tell yourself that you are not worthy of this opportunity or this collaboration. These 2 cards together, the Empress is all about knowing our worth and receiving it, but there's a block around that. So potentially, Aquarius, the problem is you've been told in the past enough times that you're not good enough for this, you won't be successful at this, this is kind of out of your league even, and that's kind of maybe are you starting to believe that, Aquarius? Because, you know, you're probably shouldering more than you need to be anyway. When I see this 10 of Wands coming up, potentially you're even been kind of taken advantage of. You're trying to gain a new perspective of the world around you. You're trying, but you keep being met with resistance. So you keep questioning yourself and what you're learning, what you're doing. And it's just leaving you thinking like, where am I going next? I have all these choices, but I'm so overwhelmed by them. I'm overwhelmed because what's been described to me was something that was described to me before, and I went for it and I thought I was going to enjoy it and I didn't. So you're thinking there's a choice being made in November. The Hanged Man in reverse. I could talk about a refusal to see another side of the story. It can be closed-mindedness too, or just, refusing to see another side of the story, which might make things a lot more clear with the 7 of Cups coming up in the future, because this speaks about like a lot of options on the table. The Empress is a really positive card to see coming out in this reading too, because it tells me, Aquarius, that even if you don't know that you're deserving of these opportunities, you are, because because the Empress comes up when we're sometimes like not comfortable with receiving what's owed to us, or like welcoming abundance into our life. So that could be what that is. This is Five of Pentacles rather, is a very different energy to the Empress. It's pure scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. Now I see the abundance coming up in the future, which is really good because that's what we want to see, Aquarius. We want opportunity flowing for you. We want you to be receiving love and the gifts of the universe. But the Five of Pentacles is scarcity mindset, that I don't have enough, I won't have enough, I don't have enough money, support, contact, connection with people. And that's just, I think, something you'll need to reflect on, Aquarius, at the moment. Do some soul searching this month. There's a lot of options on the table for you. The thing is, you're discerning, because it's that old saying, once bitten, twice shy, and that might be why you have hesitancy to go towards these options, because you're still figuring out, are they as good as what they sound? I don't want to be falling for some trick again, because there was some sort of an element of falling for something that turned out not to be as good as it was. It probably left you, people might have even been able to say to you like, and we hate this, oh, I told you so. You're like, yeah, well, that's no help to me now. So you're like still trying to figure things out. You're kind of getting overwhelmed by maybe your past decisions. Maybe you made mistakes in the past that led you to where you are now, and you're just beating yourself up over it. Love wants to be coming into your life, Aquarius. That Daughter of Cups it's in reverse, so it's just telling me that there's some sort of a block around your happiness at the moment. If you've been, for some Aquarius, this could be a slight warning as to not get caught up with a lot of drinking alcohol, substance abuse. These cards kind of talk to me a little bit about debauchery here with this card here with the Seven of Cups. It's like illusions of, when we're kind of doing something because it gives a momentary release or some momentary pleasure, and we know we're going to beat ourselves up over that or feel terrible the next day about it. Let's look at another deck, Aquarius. So we've got the Sun in Scorpio, and that is really a time, I believe, when the Sun enters a sign, I like to look at it from that sun sign's eyes, or their perspective. The Sun illuminates in our birth chart. So as the Sun is in Scorpio, it is illuminating Scorpionic themes, which are themes of death and rebirth, complete transformation, complete shedding of the ego, and to be reborn again. So let's ask this, Aquarius. From this Scorpio season until the next Scorpio season, or as soon as we can, what would be a good thing for Aquarius to shed and let go of? What is a time for Aquarius to release? It's Strength in reverse. So Aquarius, maybe it's time to let go of a little bit of control. Maybe it's time to shed the need to have everything sorted out. It looks like you still have some decisions to make regarding your own personal happiness and the journey you're on. I think you want to make something of your own, Aquarius, and just kind of put yourself out there by making your dreams come true. But you are still holding on to something from the past in a really big way. Perhaps there was a power struggle, Aquarius. Perhaps there was some sort of someone that was too dominating over you. Maybe Aquarius, it's you. If I am speaking to that parent out there, Aquarius, this kind of, or spouse, this kind of can speak to me about a very domineering, like out of balance. Yeah, again, this is kind of out of balance in a relationship of sort. Maybe you're having trouble, potentially some of you with children or loved ones or younger siblings, or just somebody that really looks up to you and like who loves you dearly. Maybe there has been some sort of a thrown out of whack, some problems because of you being a bit too domineering or controlling. I do see an element of control here. I see an element of refusing to see another side of the story. I see an element with these two reversals of selfishness. Just thinking about yourself, putting yourself first and not being able to see other perspectives. That could be what's coming up. So maybe Aquarius, it is an invitation to let go of some sort of control over things, and having to, you know, we don't always have to be the one directing the course of our life as much as we would like to. You know, it's just impossible to do that. And sometimes when life kind of can throw us curveballs or something that we weren't expecting, it can be when we even heighten our, you know, we get super hyper vigilant, we get nervous, we actually sometimes then try to strengthen our control around the things that we can't control, which only really leaves us feeling defeated, because if they're out of our control anyway, we can just spiral that way. Okay, so that could be something that Aquarius can work on shedding. But if we are shedding that, Aquarius, then we are going to be growing and evolving and transforming. So in what way, a la Scorpio, is Aquarius transforming this season? And we'll see these results play out in a new chapter of your life. So in what way in this Scorpio season is Aquarius evolving and transforming? The Chariot, making progress, but when the time is right. These cards are very much about timing. So we are evolving, Aquarius. We are getting ready to level up. The Chariot is about reaching that next level because we have plateaued and we have successfully accomplished all our tasks in front of us, karmic tasks, mundane tasks. Everything in life this far, we have made it and we've done it. And it's a calling now with the Sun card even coming up. And then we've got Aquarius's card, the Star, dreams coming true, Aquarius. Blessed opportunities for you. And leveling up. Really, 3 absolutely beautiful cards, actually. Such positive cards. So when we transform, this is a heavier energy. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like you're weighing up basically how much longer you're gonna stay in a situation that you're not happy with. Some of you have left it, and that, you know, some of you have left a situation behind where you were feeling very left out in the cold or just not appreciated. Some of you still feel not appreciated and you're thinking, I'm sick of shouldering all of this. I'm being very overwhelmed. There are options ahead of you, and that's where this comes in. This is blessings upon blessings, progress leveling up to very opportune scenarios in your life. The wish come true card, Aquarius, this is your card. This is the major arcana card in the tarot deck, ruled by Aquarius. It speaks of dreams coming true, and I did feel that for Aquarius. I see a child here too. And I see this being a kid to me. So for some parents out there, potentially there's just been some sort of you just don't see the world the same way as your kids do. It's probably pretty normal, right? I don't think I see the same way as my parents do, and they probably would say the same about me, no doubt. But yeah, so I just think that we can maybe evolve through letting go a little bit of control. This is also a very maternal card. It doesn't look like it, but it's ruled by Cancer. So I'm seeing mother energy here. Some of you, the conflict might be with your own mother in your life at the moment, and maybe we can just evolve past that by seeing new perspectives. We certainly don't have to agree with everybody in our life, be it family or colleagues, even if they're close to us. So that's what I'm seeing for Aquarius. We are transforming in a big way and leveling up in a big way, but it comes to letting go of the need to always be right or no. I think maybe always being right would be the main thing, Aquarius, and only really seeing things from your own perspective. That's what I'm seeing anyway for November. So feel free to hit share, like, subscribe, guys. I'll be back mid-month with, I think, like just a 10-minute quick fire reading for Aquarius to check in. Thanks so much. Bye.